All right, so the next topic is solution dilution. So in our labs, we often have concentrated solutions, which are often called stock solutions. And they often come in concentrated versions. That way there's not as much of them, right? And you can store it easier, right? You only have to store 1 liter of solution rather than 10 liters of solution or whatever. However, oftentimes we don't want to use this concentrated solution, whether it be, for experimental reasons or safety reasons, all that kind of stuff. So we often want to dilute them, right? So we often have concentrated solutions that we want to dilute. And so we have to figure out how much of the stock solution do we need and what do we dilute it to. And so the main equation that we use here, that's going to be a plug and chug type of questions, is M1V1 is equal to M2V2, where M is the concentration, so it's the molarity of the solution, and then V is the volume of the solution. So let's take a look at an example question. We want 10.0 liters of 1.50 molar NaCl. We have 12.0 molar stock solution. How would you prepare this? This is a very common interview type of question. If you ever go for any type of lab tech job, whether it be in chemistry, biology, or anything kind of adjacent, they'll often ask you, hey, you have this stock solution. How are you going to make this more diluted solution? So pay attention. Right, we have our equation M1V1 is equal to M2V2. And now we're just going to plug and chug through our variables. So we have 10 liters. That's what we want. We can plug that in either V1 or V2. I'm just going to arbitrarily choose V1. And then our next is the 1.50 molar. Note that that's talking about the 10-liter solution. So that has to match with that one. Since I picked V1 for the 10 liters, I have to pick M1 for the 1.5 liters or molar. And then we have 12 molar. So that'll go on M2 of stock solution. How would you prepare this? So we can see what we're going to solve for here is V2. So V2 is going to be equal to M1V1 over M2. And then we simply plug in our variables. So we had 1.50 molar for M1. We had 10.0 liters for V1. And then for M2, we had 12.0 molar. The molar and the molar cancel out. And then we plug through our problem. So 1.5 times 10 divided by 12. We get 1.25 liters. And then we think about what this value means right here. So this 1.25 liters, that's how much of the stock solution we need to use. So that'll be the amount of stock solution you would use. And so what you do is you'd measure out 1.25 liters of stock solution and then add solvent until you get to 10.0 liters, because that's how much of the stock solution we wanted.